There, I am back with a new haircut, and I was going to show you guys some of the stuff that I sold in the last 2 weeks, I think since April 2nd. So we'll just get right in here. I got our list of prices over here, and first we got these Gore-Tex boots. They are a solo, and they sold for 70 bucks. They had some issues down here on the sole. I glued them back together, but right here you can see there was a problem there. But the person left me good feedback. They were happy with them, so sold those for 70 bucks. And next, these are just regular Zippo lighters, old ones from the 70s. And I sold them for 25. I accepted an offer on those. Next, we got this Krishna carved wood. This is really cool. It was super intricately carved. People like these a lot, and I tend to sell this kind of stuff pretty quickly after I get it. And I ended up taking an offer on this one for 40. Next, we got this Barbie. It was new in the box. I think I gave $5 for this, and I bought a bunch of other Barbies, and I sold it for $26.99. These came from like I think a Barnes and Noble closed, or a bookstore of some sort closed, and somebody bought a whole bunch and put them in a flea market booth, and I got them for $1 a piece, and I sold this one for 15 bucks. Next, we got this Paradise Galleries. If you watched my other videos where I showed you the stuff that I got from the auctions, I got this in that haul of dolls, and this is, I think I have one more left after this one, and I sold it for $64.99. I think, let's see, yeah, full price, $64.99. I had one of these that was, it's Mats Johnson from Sweden. It's like etched crystal. Well, click on it. There we go. I had one of these when I first started reselling, like years and years ago. That was Dome of the Rock, so it was religious, well, not religious, but that building, and it sold for like 120. So when I saw this come up at auction, I knew it was something. Even though they couldn't tell what the signature on the bottom was, I knew, and I posted it and sold it immediately within 6 hours for $57.99 plus shipping. Next, we got this Minnesota Vikings zip jacket. It was real hard. My camera on my iPhone really wants to turn these anything purple into blue, and so I had to really mess with the coloring on this image, and it kind of looks like crap, but I sold it, and I got 23 bucks out of it. I accepted an offer. Next, we got this die-cast Corvette, and there was a lot of stuff missing, so I just accepted an offer on it. I accepted an offer of $8. It made it $20 altogether with the shipping. Next, we got this tapestry here. Tapestries do absolutely awesome for me. You'll see in this video, I think there are 4 tapestries that I've sold in the last 2 weeks. If you see a tapestry and it's decent size and it's well made, the pictures are intricate, if it's under 15 bucks, you should get it, because they will sell, and they sell for more than you would imagine. So this one was tiny. I think it was 26 inches, which is small as far as tapestries go. And look, I got, what where's it over here? $35, so $10 less than that plus no free shipping. But I think I gave like $4 for this, maybe. Next, we got this Air Force dress uniform. It seems like every time I do one of these videos, I've sold a uniform of some type. These do really well if they are old enough and in good enough condition. But I sold this one for full price, $79.99. Next, we have this Bruiser Pennsylvania pullover. I don't know if these were on Amazon or if somebody got these from a store that went out of business. I've seen these at a couple different flea market booths at some of the flea markets that we hit up on a regular basis. And I've bought them if they're cheap enough, and I've had them for a long time, and they just started selling for me, but I do pretty decent on them. This one I took an offer for $24, and I think I paid $6 for it, so I ended up making about $10 after all is said and done. Next, we got this Madame Alexander doll. I got these for a steal. I think I paid $25 for 13 dolls, and this was included. So I paid $2 for this doll, less than $2, and I sold it for $32.99. Sorry, just marking our place over here on the sheet of prices. Next, we got this cigarette case. I've had this forever. It was in like a junk drawer lot. People have looked at it, but nobody's ever bought it. I had a real hard time trying to find it when I went to find it, but I ended up selling it for 12 bucks. It was super cheap to ship, though, only like $3. So next, we got this Sharpay Toys R Us plush. I have a whole lot of stuffed animals down there. You'd be surprised at how cheap stuffed animals are to buy, and then how expensive they are if you're looking for a specific one. So people pay a lot of money for these, and this one wasn't the best of the best, but I paid $27.99 for this. And I've taken to, if I can, if it's something Asian, putting the characters in the title like this up here. It really seems to help, and they don't take up a whole lot of space, so it's easy to fit long phrases in there for not much of your title space. Got this jade tree. I definitely showed this in the video when I bought it. It's not going to let me zoom in for some reason. There we go. It was big and a pain in the butt to pack, but I ended up getting $85 plus shipping for it, and they got it and left me good feedback. So it didn't break or anything like that. I do really good on those jade trees. I buy them every time I see them. Next, we got this Ronnie Nicole dress. I got this on a pallet a long time ago, and I've had it forever. But I sold it for 36 bucks, and I probably paid less than $5 for it. Oh, I skipped over the Marantz. There was a Marantz tape deck there that I sold for $50 plus shipping. I have had these belts forever. I didn't want to mess with them or go through them. I had like 3 flats of belts that I bought at an auction, and I thought they were going to be better quality than they were because I bid on them online. And when I got them, they weren't the best quality belts, so I just had them sitting around because I didn't want to go through them or mess with them. But I pulled 6 of the best leather ones I could find out and just laid them out like this, and somebody paid full price, $44.99. They're women's belts. And just like I said, when I do long stuff, I always just take a picture of a cross section of it. Next, we have these charms. These may have gotten lost in the mail. The person said there's something wrong with the tracking, but These are more of these charms. I think I had some in the last video that I made. Bought some charm bracelets, popped them off, and put them in lots, and that is, I will do that again if I see more charm bracelets because it's really paying off for me. Next is this Baker Cube. These are really cool. It's like several baking cups in one. I print them on my 3D printer, and somebody ordered one. I haven't sold very many, which is surprising. I thought I would sell a lot more of these than I do the Funko things. That I have one of those in the lineup here too, but I thought that these would sell better than those, and it's the complete opposite. I sell the Funko things all the time, and I think I've sold like 3 of these in total. Yeah, 3 sold. I sold one on Facebook as well. Next, we have this Express dress. I use stock pictures. I don't use stock pictures very often. I only use the stock pictures on this one. See, I even took really good pictures of it, but because I found them really easy, and I thought it would be easier to search in Google. But I sold this for $38. Free ship. Next, we got these pair of mushrooms, and I regret not taking a picture of the edges of these because, see, you can kind of see it in this one, but I didn't take very good pictures of the edges, and there were tiny chips on the edges, and I didn't think that would be a problem, but apparently tiny chips on the edges are a serious problem for somebody, and they are now returning these. But they did pay full price for them, but they're returning them now, so we'll see what happens with that. And they informed me that if I made them send them back, that I could not file a claim with USPS, which is 100% false. So if anybody ever tells you that, that is most certainly not true. But these weren't broken. I mean, there's tiny chips on the edges. I told them that. I said I wouldn't file a claim for tiny chips on the edges anyway. But if somebody tells you that, don't believe them. That's not true. Next, we got these Born shoes. I bought these at Goodwill. I shouldn't buy as many Borns. I have a lot of Borns, and I haven't sold a whole lot, but usually when I do, I get around $28.99 for them. I think I got 22 out of these. Yeah. But I'm going to stop buying them because if I pay $5 for them after I ship them for $7, I'm not making enough out of them if I only get $20 or $22 in this case. Next, we got these medals. These were another thing that were in a junk drawer flat that I bought at the auction, and I got 23 bucks out of them. This is a stoneware pottery plate from Mexico. I got full price $24.95 out of that. Free shipping, and the shipping was expensive. So I ended up making like $5 on this, maybe. Yeah, another tapestry, like I said before. This person attempted to return this. They said that they changed their mind. But they paid 75 bucks for it, and I declined the return because I already shipped it and paid eBay fees and all of that stuff. If it's a real reason for a return, I usually accept them, or I'm usually forced to accept them by eBay, but yeah, if it's something like that, I just decline it. Next, we got these Funkos. I got new colors, so these are pretty cool. I got some gradient rainbow PLA, so that's what when it prints out, that's what it looks like on these. But I haven't sold any of these, and they're a little bit bigger yet, the gradient ones. But I did sell a glow-in-the-dark one, so that's why I made the list. Next, we got these clothes. There were like 12 flats sitting on a table at the auction, and they did choice of which flats you wanted. And so I bid on choice, and I was the winning bidder, and I chose like 3 different flats, and I got like 2 purses and a beaded tank top and an old dress. And then I walked away because I pretty much cherry picked the 12 flats that were on the table. And the auction guy knows that I like clothes, the one that was running that section at the time. So he bid on these for me, all the rest of the flats, even though I didn't really want them. And I ended up with them for $5. So most of them ended up being these old kids' clothes from like the 1950s and 60s, which are a pain in the ass. Some of them have stains on them, and some of them are yellowed from age. So I just piled them all up on the table, put 25 bucks on them, and the cost of shipping. And how much did I sell them for? Yeah, I sold them for $27.99 plus shipping. So I made out on that deal pretty well. Next, we have these Zippo lighters. I had another one that was kind of like this Hindu, and I sold it as well. But I sold this one for 60 bucks. I thought this statue was really cool. I've seen them a couple different times, but they've always gone for more than I wanted to pay, or I missed out on them in some way. So when I saw this one at the auction, I jumped on top of it, and I think I ended up paying 20 bucks for it, maybe, but I sold it for $47 plus shipping. Next, we got this elephant. I bought a whole lot of elephant stuff, and this was in it. And so I think I probably have $250 in this elephant, and I sold it for $30. Next, we got this lock. I bought this in a lot with a whole bunch of door handles, which I put in lots by themselves, and then separated this one. I got $14 out of this lock. Next, we have a dashiki tunic, African. I thought these would be worth more than they actually are. My price is on the high end of how much dashikis cost. I thought that they would be worth more, but I got $34.99 free shipping. Next, we have this Demi Lovato Skip It. I paid $4 for this one, and I got full price out of it, so $29.99 plus shipping. I've had watchers on these Giorgio Brutini peach suede shoes for quite some time, and I thought that I would sell them really quick. They're kind of loud for me, but somebody ended up sending an offer of $27.50, and I accepted it. They were loud, but they look pretty nice, really. Next, we got these army pads. These were awesome. You'll see at the end of the video some of the stuff that I sold from sending offers today, but this was the last set of offers. I've been trying to do it at least once a week, is go through all the offers that I can send to watchers and send out those offers. But in the last set that I did right before I did my taxes, I sent offers out on these United States Army Interceptor body armor pads, and I ended up getting 95 bucks free shipping. I bought these. Somebody had these all in a Ziploc bag together at the flea market, and it said Army pads, and it was $3. So I made a whole lot of money off of that one. I'll probably, after shipping and fees, I'll probably end up making 80 bucks off these Army pads. for 10 minutes work. Next, we got this Art Deco vase. I bought this at the auction because I thought it looked cool. Swirl. And I got 45 bucks out of that one. Cool. Ice bucket. I think I paid $3 for this. And I got 50 bucks. Free shipping. And we got this urn. I got $45 plus shipping out of this urn. Oh no, I got 45 bucks and I had to pay for the shipping, I guess. It was a pain in the butt to ship, and I hope that it makes it there. I've yet to get good feedback, so we'll see. Large ceramic things make me nervous. Next, we got these road maps. I bought 2 different lots of road maps at 2 separate auctions, and for a long time there, I had taken individual pictures of each individual road map, and I listed them. Sometimes I did like groups of 3 if they were all from Kentucky, but most of these were from the 60s and 70s, and I was selling them decently at about $7, $8 a piece. And I could have done that with all of these, but the time and energy involved in $7 listings was, I couldn't do it anymore. So I took them all down and put them all in one lot and sold them for, I think I ended up getting, 40 plus shipping on these. It ended up being like 150 maps. Next, we got this Falmouth Sport Club. It's from Chicago, 1935. Yeah, there was a note included with it when I bought it, but it's really cool. I thought I would sell it quicker than I did, but I ended up getting $75 free shipping. And another tapestry. Like I said, it's pretty cool. Egyptian Bazaar, Middle East Bedouin Bazaar Trading Market. And this one sold for $35.50. I had to buy this guy. I saw it at the flea market, and I just let it sit there for the next cycle of going back to that flea market, so I didn't get it until the next time I went, but it was $7, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to get my money back out of it, but the night on it, they just made me laugh. I don't know. I thought it was cool. But I think I ended up getting Goob. Yeah, I got full price, so I got $43 out of it. So I ended up making a decent amount of money. I think it's a candle holder. Next, we got this flower frog. I didn't know where this was, so people kept sending me offers, and I kept declining them because I didn't know where it was, and then somebody ended up paying full price. So I was forced to go find it. I did. But I don't know if it was worth all my time and energy for $10. Next, we got this Zurika. I bought a whole bunch of Cranium games in a lot at the auction, and this one was new, sealed, and there was another one that was new and sealed, and I put it in a lot. But if somebody has opened these Cranium games, there is a Play-Doh-like substance inside, which will get hard as a rock. So if you buy this or see them in an auction, be sure to check inside and check that Play-Doh, because I got like 2 of them that were hard as a rock, and I had to disclose that when I tried to sell them. And those haven't sold yet, but the brand new ones did. More maps. And how much did I get out of these maps? Full price, $28.69. It's a bunch of old National Geographic. They're from the 70s. Full page, Southeast Asia, Europe, Russia. else do we got? And this was in one of my haul videos. Bill and Al's Excellent Adventure political shirt. And I got 15 bucks out of that. Next, we got this concertina. I am doing awesome with weird instruments. So the last few weird instruments that I've saw and purchased and worked on, I have ended up selling for big money. And this concertina is one of them. I paid up for this one. There was a kid wearing a band jacket that really wanted this at the auction. And I ended up paying 50 bucks for it. But I think after shipping, all said and done, I got $210, and it only cost me like $40 to ship. So I made out pretty good on it. I'll show. I also did it. I also bought a dulcimer, and you'll see that a little bit later in the video. Yeah. What does it say on the concertina here? Yeah, $130 plus shipping, but they paid $70 to ship it. Next, we got this. I might be wrong on that. I think it was $130 and they paid $30 to ship it, and it was $160 altogether. The chair and the dulcimer were both $210, and you'll see that later. So I've got these. I've had these Pyrex dishes forever. I got those at the surplus store here, and I haven't had them listed because I didn't want to be in competition with my brother, but I sold them for $49. Next, we got this hat. It's a derby hat, and I saw this at the flea market, and it was $15, which is more than I would normally pay for any hat of any age at the flea market, unless I know that the name is associated with something that I can sell it for a lot more money. But this was one of those situations, and I ended up getting 200. They sent an offer of 200, and I jumped all over it. Next, we got this sweater. I bought a whole bunch of sweaters together, and this was included in the ones that I bought. They weren't worth all that much. I think I ended up getting 20 bucks out of this one. I've had this chair for a while. I think I had it local pickup for about 6 months, and I added calculated shipping to it, and it sold pretty fast after that. It's a Dutch pub chair, and it was a pain in the butt to ship, but I took an offer. They ended up, altogether, it was $210 with the shipping. And we'll hope that it gets there all right. Next, we got this 2018 Spring Convention exclusive giant white Funko from Game of Thrones. So I saw a lot on eBay that had this and 2 other Funkos that I wanted in it, and I knew that this one was going for like $40, so I paid $50 for all 3 of those, and I got the 2 that I wanted that are worth over $100 for $10, which is pretty sweet. And I sold this one. I accepted an offer of $30 plus $10 shipping, so it was $40 altogether. Next, we got this ashtray. It's a pretty neat looking psychedelic ashtray. I thought that I would get more out of it, but I got $23.75 on sale from $26.99, free shipping. Next, we got this Spock teddy bear. And they paid full price, $22.99. Spawn action figure. I had a lot of interest, but it took a long time to sell, and I ended up accepting a $15 offer for it. Next, we got these Oscar de la Renta pajamas. I think I got these on a pallet, and so I paid next to nothing for them, I'm sure. And I sold them for 30 bucks. I've had them for a long time, so when someone sent $30, I jumped on it. Next, I got this factory sealed Trivial Pursuit, the original 1981, and it was not worth much at all. Board games are expensive to ship, so you better be sure that whatever board game you're buying is worth buying, and this one was not. I probably made $2 when all said and done. Got this Patron tequila tray. This was 15 bucks at the flea market, and I really didn't know if I was going to be able to make my money back on it, but I did. I ended up selling it for $52 plus shipping. So it's like 70 some after all was said and done. It was real sturdy material, so I knew that it was worth more than $15, even though I couldn't find any comps on it at all whatsoever. Next, this guy, I lumped these together on the sheet over here. So this guy bought these together. I accepted an offer. He sent a message asking if I would combine shipping, so I did accept offers to combine the shipping on these two. He bought these two Alien 1996 Kenner Aliens and this lot of the Road Warrior Mad Max action figures. I paid $3 a piece for these Mad Max ones. No, I paid $5. I paid $5 a piece for these Mad Max ones and $3 a piece for the Alien ones. So in total, I have $21 in all of them, and I got $105 total with shipping. So I ended up making probably 80 bucks. Next, we got this Cabela shirt. I found it at Goodwill. I thought it might be worth a little bit more than it was, but I ended up getting 20 bucks out of it. Next, this is another one of those dolls that I got in the $23 for, or $13 for $25. And it was the cheapest one, I think. Sold it for $14.99. Some of these Asian embroidered silk pillow shams can be worth a lot of money, so if you see them, keep your eye out. I've had luck with them in the past. I have some that I haven't sold, but this one ended up selling for $35, and I think I gave $2 for it. So, like I said, strange instruments. This dulcimer, I probably should have made more. It was underpriced, I think, but only because I sold it within like the first 6 hours after I listed it. But I sold it for full price, which was $159.99 plus shipping. It was $210 altogether. But it was made by a guy from here in Indiana in 1975. I was able to find his obituary with some of his story about when he decided, or when he started making dulcimers and flutes. He's actually famous for making flutes, but I sold it really quick. I probably should have put 300 bucks on it, but I made my money. Next, we got this Mattel doll. It was big in my plush area, so I was happy to see it go. I took an offer of 20 bucks on this one. This is stuff that is waiting to be shipped right now, so I just sold this today. I accepted an offer of $20.50 on this one. a fireplace bucket and 2 damper hooks, all brass. This Heineken hat, I think that I gave 50 cents for, and I sold it for $26.99. I got this with a bunch of dresses last week, or the week before last. This Scala beaded and sequin top, and I sold it for $39.99, full price. And then these 2 things are stuff that I sent offers out for this morning, and people ended up buying these masks for $42.99. And these Sperry topsider shoes for $31.99. Easy to ship. So that's about it. And I am going to the flea market tomorrow, so I should have enough stuff to make a decent haul video if I have time. Thanks for checking it out.